Guys, what's going on? So today I have another video for you. This one's going to be a little bit different on me documenting the process of moving this whole pond outside. But I'm starting the video a little bit far away because, as you can see in the back right corner by that screen. Oh, what's this? Oh, look at that. Big Mama's trying to get out again. I've been having issues with her for the past week or two of her trying to escape. And that is all she's been trying to do is escape, escape, escape. And I would find her walking around and whatnot, and it's really been... She peed right there, so I had to put baking soda. That was annoying. So, finally, I'm kind of getting annoyed. My light, they knocked in the water, and they shattered a bulb, and they keep moving things around, and the water's low already. So, let me just turn these off so that way you can hear me better, because, like I said, everything's going to be moved outside. I built this nesting box, but then she escaped from here, got some sand on the floor. It's all been, there's some sand right there. It's all been quite a process. I'm sorry, I just need to unplug this. There we go. Alright, I had that thing in there. Okay, so that's this one. Now I gotta turn off that, and I'll be documenting the process of me taking this whole thing down, taking it outside, what I do step by step, because I need to get the guppies out, I need to move the filters out, I need to move the heaters, the driftwood. So I think the first step is probably going to be to clean up around here, because I am kind of messy. I leave a lot of crap around. So I'm going to need to clean that up. Next will be carry the driftwood outside, carry their cave, and then drain it, catch all the turtles, catch all the fish, and then roll this whole thing outside and up the steps, which I've done before. I think there's actually a mark on the wall. No, I guess I'm wrong, but last time, oh yeah, there's a little bit of when I had to squeeze this in through the basement door, but now I need to move that nesting box. I'm considering taking it outside, so that way, I don't know if she was escaping to try and nest, or she was escaping because she's being a big jerk. I just don't know. I can't tell if she has eggs or not, but, we'll see. Okay, so I'll see you guys when, I clean up everything. Everybody, welcome back. So for you, that was probably, I don't know, a millisecond, maybe two. And for me, that was about an hour, I'd say maybe 45 minutes. It really didn't take as long as I thought it would, but what I did was I went ahead, took out the filters, took out the driftwood, the nesting box for Big Mama. What else? Generally just cleaned up. That's a garbage bag. I apologize for those that they exist. Nobody should have to wear Crocs, but I was in a desperate time. Anyway, that's just some nets and whatnot. I have a clamp that I use, if you've seen my previous video of how I do water changes to clamp the hose, but right now I'm just draining it, and I threw on a light. I'll go show you everything outside while this is draining, because I'm draining it down, and I'm going to attempt to catch the fish, and then I'll show you what I have waiting for the turtles, because they're of varying sizes, and therefore in close quarters I am worried about aggression issues. Or what happens is some turtles, when they're out of their element, what they do is some of them will try to escape no matter what, and others, like my map turtle I know, just closes in the shell. Oh boy, sorry, birds are being loud. And others will just close in their shell and pray nothing happens. So there's the box. There's 2 buckets that I'm going to use to catch the fish. Heaters, filters. Of course, the silicone came undone, so I'm going to have to redo that and see how that goes. Probably later this week I'll get a Uniseal, and it'll just make life a lot easier. So those are the pumps. I'm over here, and I have this stuff waiting for them. I want to put the fish in there because it's clear, and turtles in clear tubs are no good. They get stressed out and whatnot. Gonna put the little terrapin in here, but alone because he's the smallest. The map turtle and maybe yeah, probably that other little terrapin that I got last December, probably in here. In here, I'll go the other two terrapins and maybe the Cumberland, and in here, probably Big Mama and another terrapin who, what he lacks in size, he makes up for in attitude. Although he is already kind of big. I got some wood drying, a piece of driftwood there, some right there. And then, well, here's the pond. Let me do a quick update on this. I had to get a net because a heron came and ate all of the fish. The koi, the goldfish, shabunkins, they're all gone. Everyone is dead. So that was not fun. The heron actually could not eat the biggest blue koi and ended up just leaving it right in here in the rocks. So I went and actually out in the forest, I dug him a little grave and I put some rocks around it and whatnot. But this is how the pond's going. I started it up around March when it stopped getting freezing. I had to shut it off a couple times because it did get to like the 20s at night. But the moss is growing back in pretty well. Right over here. And the plants have just got to come back. You can see the lily pads are starting to come in. It might take them another 2 weeks or a little bit longer to really start bouncing back. I remember it took last April. It was the end of April by the time I did spring cleaning on the pond. I don't know why I waited so long, but it just happened that way, and the lily pads came in maybe a week after. So I checked extended forecast, 60s during the day, 40s at night, which is okay for the turtles. And by the way, these towels are just to make it darker, so that way they don't really freak out. Anyway, so the forecast is 40s at night, about 60s and 70s during the day. I mean, I can feel the sun is nice, clear blue skies everywhere. And let's see if any water's actually coming out. Oh, yeah, there we go. So it's slow, it's a crappy pump, but it gets the job done. So that'll take maybe 2 hours, an hour, before it drains down enough. And then welcome back. And so what I did in the past hour was drain the tub, move the rest of the turtles. And the way that I did it to get all of the water out was I took my pump, put it over here, raised the edge, and propped it up with, first I used bricks and then I used a milk crate. And I propped it up and drained as much as I possibly could with the pump. And then I turned it off and lifted the pump and put it in a bucket because all the extra water that's in the hose will come back down into the pump unless you have a check valve, which you likely don't. So then I got that water out, and then finally I took a cup, and that red cup, and I kept scooping water into a bucket. And then finally, when I got to like that much left, I began using a turkey baster. I'm sorry, the camera won't focus. It's being annoying because against the black, it's weird. So that is that. Next step is move outside. This is going to be something because I've never taken the tub outside. I've only brought it in, and that was once because I just got this last summer. This is really not focusing. All right, there. I'm sorry. Okay, so here are all the turtles. That's the cave. I put a rock on top of that, and it makes a cave. Those are all the fish. There's one of the little terrapins. Should be the map turtle and the pleco. The pleco is prehistoric. This thing's a beast. He's awesome. The turtles decided to knock the... sometimes. Just don't know. Those are the three sliders. There's a Cumberland. These are the terrapins, except they decided to knock the towel in there. I threw a piece of driftwood just to try to make them feel safe, but I guess that wasn't good enough. They're trouble, and that's why they're coming outside, and this is getting zip tied to the tub. All right, I'll see you guys when it's set up and filling. Right, so here we have, I have the hose hooked up to the laundry room as per usual. That I managed to get up these stairs. That thing is pretty heavy, but it kept getting caught on those left railings, and that was probably the only issue besides it being heavy. as hell. But I got it, and so I got my fishing turtles on here, and so the hose doesn't reach, so I had to put a little attachment there, but it's not tight, so there's some water dripping out, but I don't really care enough to fix it. So I have this here to kind of get everything going, and then some tips for when you have your pond out. If anybody else decides to do this, what you're going to want to do is make sure that it's level. Now, you can either dig it into the ground and make sure it is that way, or what you can do is do what I did and put it on top and then level it with bricks and wood and stone. And so basically the way that you tell if it's level is don't bother getting a level, don't do any of that garbage. It doesn't have to be perfect. However, what you can do is take some water, begin to fill it up, see where the water goes. And you're going to want to fill it up maybe about 1/4 of an inch and then test it on all corners. Put your finger in and see how high up the water goes. Make sure that it's generally the same no matter where your finger is. So I'm going to test it right now. This goes about up to right there, right here. So now I'm going to go over here. Same thing. I'm going to go over here. It's a little bit more, doesn't really matter, doesn't have to be perfect. And then finally I'm going to come down here, pray I don't drop my phone, and we're good. See, nothing got wet past right about here. This is all dry on my finger, so pretty much good. Now the reason that is on its side is because I put the rock on top. That rock it doesn't look like it, but it is really heavy. It's a solid 30 pounds. And so what I like to do is get the pipes all filled up with water, because otherwise if they're not, they're going to want to flip over. And if it wants to flip over, while it's true that it won't be able to flip with the rock on it, I still like to fill it up because then it's less pressure. You know, then it's just, what's the word? Potential energy. Just waiting to flip over, and I don't want to take that risk or anything. So, got the sliders in here. They're just chilling in the corner. Got the terrapins in here, except one other terrapin over there. And here's the pleco and the map turtle. So the next step is probably going to be wait till it fills up enough to put the stand down and put the rock and make the cave. And then I'll put down the driftwood, and then I'll probably start moving the filters over, silicone them, because they take about 3 hours to dry. And then put the net over top and put the turtles. I'll probably end up putting the turtles in like as soon as that's done, and maybe as soon as I get the driftwood in. But yeah, so that's about it. There's a little bit of sand, and yeah, I'll see you guys when I'm making progress. All right, so it's finally beginning to fill up enough. I'm sorry, I had to move the camera so I got a better grip. It's filled up enough to the point where I could put the stand down, so that means I can put the driftwood down, which means I can start putting the turtles back. Here goes the map turtle. There he goes. Let's go get the little terrapin. There he is. Ah, you made a mess, buddy. This water's probably getting cold. A little bit. Alright, come on, friend. Oh, he's a cutie. He's a little guy still. But he plays well with the big boys. Here you go. Ah, there they go. Water's clean. Well, the other water's clean. I do water changes once a month. However, it's almost the 20th, which is the day that I do the change usually, so they were just about ready. Alright, I need the driftwood from these guys. They're all hiding under it. Sorry, guys, but I need to arrange this so that way they can bask. I'm just gonna grab this and see how this goes one-handed, and it goes fairly well. Alright, let's see. The only issue with this netting is it gets caught on everything. Every little nook of... As soon as the wood touches it, it just gets caught. So I remember, I actually have a picture of how I oriented the wood in a stable position, so I kept it so that way I would know. Sorry, I'm not filming anything right now, really. How's that? No? This would work, but I gotta move that back then. Alright, okay. Well, I have some more rearranging to do. But for now, let's get the turtles in. I might as well. That's why I started recording. So, no sense in stopping. Come on, buddy. My friendliest, the rescue terrapin who was in a 10-gallon tank for most of his life and got its tail bit off. Here you go, bud. Go nuts. Sorry, rearranging the camera again. And the other terrapins. This is, I believe the previous owners of him call him Stevie. So he is Stevie. Yeah, he's ready to get out of here. Go ahead, bud. Next, we'll do the sliders at the end because I feel like they can wait the longest and they're the biggest. So, aggression issues sometimes, you know. Mainly just territorial, but nothing awful. Now, the reason I'm bringing them outside is because there is no bulb that can fully replicate the sun. The best bulb out there is also the cheapest, free, and it's right over there. All right, yeah, that's everything. I'll rearrange the wood and be right back. All right, so this is it. This is the final product. I might change some things around. I might move the driftwood if I knock it over, or I might, I don't know, change a couple things, but nothing too drastic. I might change out the filters depending on how efficient they are. Right now what happened was because I moved them, the seal broke, and so I had to re-silicone them. So that'll take a little bit longer to dry. I'll probably put them on in like an hour or two and see what happens. And then I plugged in some heaters for the night. I think that if I heat the water, I think they might. I believe that they should be okay. And so, yeah, I'll just get some hyacinths and other water plants, and then when it gets a little bit nicer, and then that'll be it. Thanks for watching, and that's it. Right, so I don't want to go outside to disturb the turtles, but luckily I discovered that my camera actually works through binoculars. So I'm going to show you the turtles right now through these. It just takes a little bit to focus them. Here we go. Check it out. There's the, hold on. Trying to get it to focus, but that's Big Mama over there towards the right. The middle is Stevie the Terrapin and the map turtle, and down there is the concentric diamondback. Dang it, it's not focusing. I don't know if it can through video, but it does through photos, so yeah, it doesn't look like it'll work. But yeah, there they all are, and somehow I resealed the pipes, and well, they didn't leak, and I tried plugging them in like not even an hour later, and normally it takes like 2 hours to dry, but I don't know, I was impatient, and sure enough, it's working. So I'm really excited about all this. Yeah, it won't work. All right, well, anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe for more videos in the future.